Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. ThunderDucky here, and I got another video for you guys. This one is going to be, it's going to be what it's going to be. I find it extremely annoying, the particular situation we find ourselves in with this one. But before I get into it, ladies and gentlemen, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, turning on the bell notification. I have to be kind of quiet, and I'm going to bump up the audio so it's not quiet for you guys because I do have family and they are all in bed. I'm looking for a way to, hold on. Will this work? I got it on a glass. Let's see if that works. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about something that's a little bit annoying for me, and it pertains to games. But yes, once again, if you do me a favor and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this out with a friend or family. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have probably one of the worst gaming hot takes I have heard in a very, very long time. People would argue that I have the worst gaming hot take. If you want to know what that is, comment down below and subscribe. Let me know that you have subscribed, and I will tell you my gaming hot take. Trust me, it's spicy. A lot of people hate me for it. But we're going to talk about a dude, Nadeshot, I think his name is, or you know, his handle, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And he has one that I find to be really, really bad. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let him say it in his own words, so I got a clip for you right here.
There's something weird that has happened in the gaming community. I'm serious, too, when I say this. For some reason, everybody in the gaming community wants games to fail. It's very bizarre. Like, the whole thing with XDefiant is still, like, stumps me to this day. People complain about not having enough games to play. But when new games come out, even before they had played it, they're like, that game sucks, I'm not going to play it. Listen, man, if we keep tearing down these studios trying to make good games, like, yeah, not every single one is going to be fun, and not every single one is going to be a hit. But if we're sitting here, like, preying on its downfall before the game even comes out, what do you think's going to happen? Nobody's going to be investing in gaming and making new games. And you're not going to have shit to fucking play. You're going to be sitting here playing MW2 Remastered Edition. You're going to be sitting here trying to play fucking the same old games for the 1,000th time because these billionaires and fucking multi-billion publishers, they're not going to greenlight any new games, any new concepts, any new IP. I mean, I try to put myself in the shoes of myself when I was like 16 years old, but I can't. I was excited for new games when they came out. The problem is now we have too many options. We've seen too many different games. We've seen too many different ways to interact with games. Like, back in the day, bro, in 2007, when Halo 3, Gears of War 1, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare dropped the same fucking year, bro, we were lined up outside of GameStops, whether it was in a mall or attached to a fucking Hollywood Video, sitting there waiting, camped out, drinking fucking Mountain Dew, waiting for these new games for the midnight release. Everybody was so excited about it. Now when new games come out, we're fucking sitting around a goddamn fire witch artifact, like doing a satanic ritual for the game to fail miserably. I don't really get it.
Yeah, and I took some notes while I was watching that. And by the way, I heard about this dude from Side Scrollers. If you have not watched or checked out Side Scrollers, even though I have done a couple of reactions, or this might be your first time hearing about Side Scrollers or hearing that I have watched Side Scrollers. I watch Side Scrollers every day. But if you haven't checked them out, check them out. They do some pretty cool stuff over there. Okay, so with his thing about wanting games to fail, he specifically mentions XDefiant. Now, let's get one thing perfectly straight. They coined XDefiant as the Call of Duty killer, right? It was supposed to come in, sweep the ground. It had ex-Call of Duty employees from when Call of Duty was in its golden days coming in, working on it, and they were supposed to destroy Call of Duty. It was another first-person shooter, free to play. It had all the modes that you know and love from Call of Duty, the weapons you know from Call of Duty. It even had factions just like Call of Duty, but it was supposed to be the Call of Duty killer. Here's the thing. Even though it's free, it was late by 3 years, 2 or 3 years. And it kept getting postponed and postponed and postponed. And then when the game released, the guns sucked. The guns felt nothing like they did in the, I think they did 2, maybe 3 betas total. And then, another thing about wanting games to fail is a lot of the games these days throw politics in them, whether it's the pronoun stuff, feminism, which are used for political gains and political means these days. They're not what they used to be. And then, other kinds of politics, like mostly left-leaning ideologies. Those make games fail in and of themselves. And then he mentions about when he was 16, how much he liked going to the midnight releases and stuff. GameStop killed that a long time ago. Now, I don't know if they still do it, but as far as I know, especially when the panty hit, GameStop cut doing midnight releases entirely. And then, everything went digital. The Xbox created the Xbox Series S. The PlayStation did the PlayStation 5. I don't know if there's a different designation for it, just the fact that it doesn't have a disc drive and everything is digital. So the midnight release has gone downhill. And then you also have places like Best Buy and Walmart, I think is the other one, where they're talking about completely getting rid of hard copies, DVDs, discs, DVDs, CDs, game discs, all that. They're looking to get rid of hard copies. So the whole midnight release thing doesn't mean like what it used to mean. I mean, I like the midnight release. I went to what did I go to? Halo 5. I went to the midnight release for that for my brother. Star Wars Battlefront from 2015, same year, 2015, right before The Force Awakens came out. So I've done a couple midnight releases, and I fully admit the whole crowd being there, everybody being excited for a new game, especially at Battlefront. Because, the last Battlefront we had was in 2005 with Battlefront 2, and then we had Battlefront in 2015. A whole decade, just like a Star Wars movie. We hadn't had a Star Wars movie in damn near 10 years or a little over 10 years. So I get it. The midnight releases were awesome. But they've been a thing of the past for a while now. And it's not us current day guys. And whenever it comes to content creators calling out the stuff, yeah, nobody wants to waste their money. Everybody wants to play games to escape. Everybody wants to play games to get away from their 9 to 5, the bullshit that's going on in the world currently. It's an election year. Everybody's got their fucking assholes tight enough to crush a peanut. People don't want to have to deal with that when they get home. They want to chill. They want to relax. Unless that's your job and you're really into it, like D-Day Cobra with Geeks and Gamers. He loves talking politics. But I'm pretty sure if he had his option, he would like to just sit down and play Fortnite and stream it. But everything is so fucking crazy, especially after 2016, you have to pay attention to politics. And even those of you that don't want to pay attention to politics, you're forced to, because it's put in our media, our games, our movies, our books, comic books, TV shows. There was Paw Patrol that introduced the they-them character in a kid's show. And say what you want to, agree with me, disagree with me, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't make sense to expose children to that. Children are innocent. Let them make their decisions after they grow older and they see what the world is like. Do not try to change them before they can see and experience life. Before they do something that potentially is very, very life-altering. And a lot of people that have gone through it regret the whole transitioning thing. They regret it. And there's, suies are up whenever it comes to that certain topic. All in all, we have politics being thrown at us in our games. And that's why we have to talk about it. And that's not why we want games to fail. If it's a political game, cool, whatever. But if, like Flintlock, Siege of Dawn, I shouldn't have to sit and play Flintlock. And I'm getting talked to like it's a feminist propaganda piece. The women are smart and the men are stupid. I don't want to sit there and deal with that. We've had female characters in video games where they were smarter. And it wasn't because they were women. It was because they were competently written. Tomb Raider. It's not that we want games to fail. We want good games. We want games that don't have politics in them. We want actual games because we're not even paying for full fucking games anymore. We're paying for a beta. And then we pay extra for DLC that comes out that's part of the full game. Now, the only game I've ever heard of in modern time that kind of negates the argument of DLC being stored over data to charge us more is Elden Ring. Because you had Elden Ring that came out, and that was, 80 hours to beat? You have a DLC that comes out, 2-3 years later? And it takes 30 to 40 hours to beat. That's like a whole new game. And it was full priced. There's a difference between a DLC giving you 4 to 5 hours and paying $20 to $30 for it, and then getting a DLC like Erdtree, Shadow of the Erdtree, that adds 30 to 40 hours to an already 80-hour game. There's a big difference. And the other one I would say probably also supports, and I haven't played it. I've had the game for fucking years, and I just haven't had the time to sit down, or the mentality to sit down and play it. Would be The Witcher Wild Hunt, because you had the base game, which is super long. Then you have Blood and Wine, and then there's like two more DLCs that add 20 to 30 hours each to an already long game. Long story short, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm kind of rambling here, we're not looking to have bad games. We're looking for full games that don't make you pay out the ass for the base game and the DLC, and God knows what else comes out. We want them well written. We want the stories to be good, because while we're trying to escape, we can't escape into a world where there's not a good enough story. Or the game mechanics. Third thing, if the game mechanics suck, I don't want to fucking play it. I mean, I've played clunky games before, and the story, thank God, saved it. But that doesn't mean everybody and their brother wants to go out and fucking play something that's like that. I'm a very niche demographic, to where I like the story better than potentially the gameplay. But the gameplay has to work to some extent, or the game's going to suck, because it's a video game, not a movie. And that is one of the other things, is we get so many games now where it's this long-ass cutscene, 10 minutes of gameplay, long-ass cutscene, 10 minutes of gameplay, long-ass cutscene, 1 minute of gameplay, and then like a 2-hour cutscene, and then the game's over. We don't want bad games. We want good games to come back. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen, what you thought down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any recommendations for any games or whatever the case might be, please post them in the comments down below. I am working on doing my streaming stuff. This microphone sucks. I have my other one, but I have an arm in storage, which has been here when I moved out to Tennessee. I don't know why I left it here, but I did. Going to get that out, and then potentially streams are coming back as soon as possible. But I don't know when, but I am not stopping the streams, because everybody has enjoyed, and most of the people have come over for the streams, and of course the Tom McDonald stuff, which I'm also trying to figure out. I was actually going to record a couple of those tonight, but my other monitor that I haven't used in a very long time is not working with my laptop, so I'm trying to figure that out. So let me know what you thought down in the comments below, ladies and gentlemen. Ramble a little bit. Just wanted to give you a little bit of an update and a little bit of this dude was fucking stupid.